Hello and welcome to Money Talks. I'm your host, Ed Marshall, or rather, in this case, your captain for this show. The Mississippi River has always been the lifeline and economic barometer for this region. The river, along with the Port of New Orleans, is experiencing an economic upswing we felt you needed to know about. We'll talk with the president and CEO of the Port of New Orleans when we come back. Stay with us.
This Healthier Choice cooking tip is presented by Humana, a proud supporter of quality programming on LAE.
I'm Chef Nino, and today's healthy cooking tip is healthy snacks. I like to snack, you like to snack, we all like to snack, but let's get some healthy choices when possible, okay? Now, go to your pantry like I did and get rid of all the chips and candy bars and all of that stuff. Get rid of the Oreos and get you some Cheerios, okay? You're gonna start looking like double stuff if you keep eating all that stuff, all right? I like keeping fiber bars and these nut bars, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Fig Newtons. What I've done in my car, I've got a Ziploc bag and I filled it up. So on the way from here to Houma, I'll grab a healthy alternative, okay? When I'm promoting folks, get rid of that stuff and when possible, make the healthy choice.
This Healthier Choice cooking tip was presented by Humana, a proud partner of LAE, more than television.
Welcome back to Money Talks. Again, I'm your captain for this show, but I'm going to take my hat off because the real captain is actually in the studio with us now, and that's Mr. Gary LaGrange. He is the president and CEO of the Port of New Orleans. Gary, it's so good to have your Money Talks.
Thanks, Ed.
You know, we've been friends for a long time, and we go way back to TV days in Lafayette.
No doubt about it. No doubt, yeah.
We really appreciate that this is your first time on Money Talks, and of course, you're going to be back later with talking about something that's going on in Delgado. We're going to tease the audience with that. But right now, we're talking economics of the port. You know, some people just drive across the bridge, or they just see the Mississippi River, and they see the port. Some people don't realize just the economic engine that the port is. Tell us about some of the great things going on over there.
Well, glad to. The port is responsible for about 169,000 people having a job collectively in Louisiana, and 380,000 people in the United States having a job. So it's a really big impact. And it's no wonder that the White House called 4 hours after Hurricane Katrina and said, what do you need? Yeah. Well, you know, in short order, I said, we need first aid supplies, we need blankets, we need water. Well, that's not what they meant. What do you need to keep the Mississippi River and the Port of New Orleans open? A lot of people don't realize that the river reaches 14,500 miles of navigable waterways through 33 states and 3 Canadian provinces. And we're the only port in the United States that has all six Class 1 railroads servicing it for a century now. So it means a lot in terms of jobs, in terms of people. And we've just had 4 record years back to back to back to back. And I think we're in a 5th record year in a 125-year history of the port.
Yeah. Ashton Ryan, he's our go-to community guy. And he always talks about things that are really hitting on all cylinders, tourism, petrochemical, and different things that we need. But he always talks about the port as being the big, medical, of course, and the port being a big generator. And so, you know, when you look at the port, tell us some of the neat things that have come back. I believe you were able to pull in Chiquita.
Well, we're eating bananas again, man. Bananas Foster.
That's right.
No question. And I hope that everybody keeps Chiquita in mind when they go to the grocery store and looks for the Chiquita brand, including our retail outlets. I go into some of our retail outlets sometimes lately, even though Chiquita's been back 6 months now, and I'll see the wrong brand. And I'll go to the store manager and tell them, look, you guys got to talk to Chiquita. Yeah. And 41-year hiatus. They left here, United Fruit did, 41 years ago, and we finally got them back after a 10-year effort to bring them back.
That was quite a coup.
That was a coup. It really was. We're happy about it.
What are some of the other things we can expect in days ahead from the port?
Well, you know, we just had 2 record years. Our containers exceeded 500,000 containers in 1 year, and our cruise passengers exceeded 1 million this past year. So cruising, New Orleans being the destination city, you mentioned tourism a moment ago, it's a destination city. So we bill it as 2 vacations in one. Come to the Big Easy, enjoy the Big Easy for 2 or 3 nights, and take your cruise after that.
And we don't see that letting up, because we went on a cruise, and it was so convenient. You just come in and you put your stuff on, and you know you cruise back, and you're home.
Yeah, no flight, nothing to bother with.
And I find people from the other states around us love it.
Yeah, we have 47 million people within a 500-mile radius of New Orleans. So over 60% of our people actually drive in to take their cruises. And we have high hopes at Holland America or Princess. One of the two may take a serious look at New Orleans. And we're building the third cruise ship terminal down at Poland Avenue. It'll open in the spring of 2017, and it'll be available to house a fifth and a sixth home-ported ship. And that's huge. That means that we'll be moving approximately 45,000 cruise passengers, which is tantamount to a major convention, through New Orleans every single weekend.
Wow, that's a lot.
Right now, we're doing about 36,000 every
And
weekend.
of course, that means more construction jobs and different
Sure.
things. We'll continue to generate things.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
Appreciate you coming in. Don't go away because we're going to come and talk to some other folks, but
Sure.
we're going to have you come back a little bit later to tease our audience and talk about something big that's going on at Delgado, and it involves this guy. Okay, so stay with us. More Money Talks will be back in your home after this.
Watch WLAE Digital Broadcast Channel 32.2 for MHZ Worldview, a national, independent, non-commercial network presenting fresh, relevant English language international content, including news, documentaries, cultural programming, dramas, music, and sports.
Well, hello and welcome back to Money Talks. If you've driven or gone down in the New Orleans business district lately, you know that there's lots of going on, lots of construction and activity. But with that, of course, comes economic development, and of course that means more money for the city coffer. We recently sat down with the council member who handles that large district and talked about all of the goings-on for the area, which will add up to lots of new jobs and lots of new projects.
Commercial development particularly aligns very well with the theme of your show. We have seen tremendous growth along Canal Street. We have the Jung Hotel is about to be underway, a multi-million-dollar project there. And bringing back that area of Canal is very important as we move towards the Lowe's Theater that's also been recently purchased and will be coming back online soon. And not as a theater on the front end, but retail on the bottom, which will produce a tipping point. We've seen tremendous growth in the CBD along Barone Street, 225 Barone will be opening soon, Aloft and the Strand. We're very excited about that. But what I'm really excited about is the old Roth building, as well as the NOPSI building that has been sold and expected to come back into commerce. So these are areas that were blighted, that were posing a significant health impact, negative health impact on our people. The area is becoming a great mix of residential as well. And so you have to create a place to live, work, play, and recreate. And we're having that now. We're seeing tremendous growth. It means jobs, business and industry. And you know better than I that the general fund of the city of New Orleans is really made up mostly of tax dollars from business. And property taxes are very important as well in terms of residential, but it's the sales tax from business and industry that really keeps our city moving. And we need more of it. And if we continue on this path, I have no doubt that New Orleans will be able to provide quality jobs to its residents as they deserve. Claiborne Avenue for decades has just seen a void of investment. And now we're seeing, we're going through this reinvestment phase, and it's with national retail. And that's something that we have not seen on Claiborne Avenue for a long time. We're getting there. And I know with Magnolia Marketplace now having TJ Maxx and Ross, these don't exist in New Orleans. Michael's, and even Little Cane's there. But we will also see very soon Crystal Burger that will be coming on to the area. We've seen Capital One growth there. We have seen over $1 million of reinvestment coming to some of the anchor gas stations, improving, the scale of the gas stations there, which we desperately need. But make no mistake about it, we're hitting the pavement aggressively, trying to attract more retail to the area. The university's residents, the 70,000 vehicles that travel Claiborne Avenue every day. that is nothing but opportunity. We have Pelican Point Car Wash, even for those vehicles. Come on by and get a nice car wash. The days ahead for me and the council is looking at the expansion of our convention center, which will bring in billions of dollars of infrastructure. So it's not only the convention center expansion, but it's also the areas around the convention center that will also see growth and opportunity. We're looking at the World Trade Center again, a multi-million-dollar reinvestment there, looking at our riverfront, the terminal in terms of our ferry terminal, and I'm also looking to do a investment district, an economic development district along the Riverwalk area, much like I had to do for the Magnolia Marketplace. But I see those tax dollars being reinvested in the terminal and the Riverwalk area, so we can have real growth and opportunity along those areas as well. Well, first of all, First NBC has been a great, great partner and major player as it relates to those tax credits. I know for a fact that New Orleans would not have seen and will not continue to see growth and redevelopment, particularly in our CBD and really throughout the city and other commercial nodes, without this level of investment through tax credits. New markets, as well as, of course, historic tax credits at the state and federal level. So we need to position ourselves to ensure that those opportunities remain in existence for our city long after 2017. And I know that that's going to be a goal as we face the 2015 session.
Thank you, LaToya. Well, keeping economic growth on the uptick goes hand in hand with low crime. Joining me now is the president and CEO of Crime Stoppers, Darlene Costanza. As always, good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Crime Stoppers Minute, so it's your show.
Well, thank you. Two big announcements that we're going to be making. First off, we're paying on arrest only. Now, you may say, "Oh, is that an announcement?"
Yeah.
Absolutely is. We have always paid historically on arrest and indictment. And listening to the community and wanting to make sure that we get prompt action from our tipsters, we are changing the procedures where we're going to pay on arrest only on all felony crimes except homicide. On homicide, we're going to be doing half on arrest and half on indictment. So big news coming from Crime Stoppers. It is. Yeah. We expect to have a huge increase in calls. The second part of our information, our new information, is that we have a wonderful new program we're going to be doing with around homicides. After the first 48 hours, if we're not able to get a lead, or NOPD or law enforcement's not be able to get a lead, we're going to be starting a new door hanger drop where we're going to go around within about a 1 mile radius of a homicide location and post information about that case and about Crime Stoppers to encourage additional people to call us. So 2 new campaigns. We're looking for great results and always just looking to see however we can best serve the community, and this is a great way to have instant information come through and be rewarded for it.
I certainly hope people will take heed and it will offer those results.
Thank you.
And of course, Crime Stoppers tips are always totally, guarded. That no one knows who did what.
A completely anonymous process, and in 2014 there were just under 500 cases solved through tipsters information. So huge, truly making a difference, and we're thanking people that they are calling us and be continuing to make sure they understand it is safe.
And that number to call?
822-1111.
Okay, Darlene, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll have more of Money Talks after this.
Hi, I'm Eric Asher, host of Inside New Orleans Sports. Join me every Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. for a live broadcast of Inside New Orleans Sports, featuring a reporters roundtable with local media members that cover the Saints, Pelicans, LSU, Tulane, and prep sports. Don't forget, your calls are always welcome. That's Inside New Orleans Sports, Thursdays 6 to 7 p.m. with a rebroadcast on Fridays 10 to 11 p.m. on WLAE TV.
And it's time now for our Ask Ashton segment with community leader Ashton Ryan. Israel Sheffield of Houma asks if the low price tag on oil will stifle future economic growth. Here's Ashton.
This economy will still grow. The rest of the economy is in great shape, and the Panama Canal widening is about to hit in about a year, and it will produce another lot of good, high-quality jobs in the port. We've got the opportunity to grow our market, but we have to have the investment in the kids, because without workforce, you can't do it.
And if you have a question for Ashton Ryan, contact us via Facebook, Money Talks with Ed Marshall. We also need to mention that Ashton Ryan has been chosen for the second time by local publication City Business as a driving force and community leader for our region. We applaud him along with other honorees who were recognized for moving our community forward. We'll be right back.
Nightly Business Report. A new team, new editorial resources around the globe.
Chaos here continues.
The same objective, insightful analysis of the top business news of the day.
For the Nightly Business Report, I'm John Ford.
Every weeknight, a half-hour wrap-up of complete market coverage.
With the business and economic stories that are crucial to you.
Television's longest-running business program.
Nightly Business Report.
Weeknights at 5:30 p.m. on WLAE.
Well, the theater at Harrah's Casino is a place to be. It's become one of the to-be-at places each time this year for our annual fundraiser. It's being put on by the Delgado Community College Foundation. We recently caught up with the vice chairman of the foundation, as well as the man who's going to be roasted at the Delgado Roast to raise money for the college. Take a look.
And as we've progressed in workforce development, we identified various industries that need help and more educational resources. So what we've decided to do is concentrate on workforce development, pick an industry each year and somebody head of that industry, and then ask them to support our only fundraiser of the year. And by doing so, that it's not just a donation, but it's an investment. We've gotten great subjects to roast, and this year with Gary Lagrange, it's just outstanding, and their friends, they get to choose the roaster. So their baptism by fire is by choice.
We're happy to do it, and to showcase the maritime industry in the port, of course, giving us an opportunity, any chance that we can do that, we want to do it, being one of the big pillars of the community from an economic development standpoint. Delgado supplies a lot of our workforce at the port in the maritime industry. There's no question about it, and we actually have a partnership with Delgado, and we have an outreach program where we're reaching out to other universities as well, throughout the state and also to high schools. But Delgado's a pinpoint. They're the focal point. They were the first. And so as far as we're concerned, they're special. And the people that work in the arena of maritime industry that come out of Delgado are just the primo. They're the tops.
At the casino, there's an age limit of 21 to get in. Yeah. So please keep that in mind. Also, I should mention, it's on the 24th at 6 o'clock cocktails, and we have some solid auction items, and then we go into the dinner and main entertainment. This year we have Spud McConnell, who is going to be the MC, which should add to the excitement and make it entertaining as well. So it's setting up to be another great year.
Hello, I'm Norman Robinson. Join me every Tuesday night of the month at 9:30 for Affordable Housing Matters, a show developed to educate the viewers in the New Orleans metro area with step-by-step basics of home ownership. Every show, we will bring in leaders and representatives to discuss topics such as credit counseling, home buyer training, mortgage lending, property insurance, fair housing practices, and so much more. Again, that's Tuesday nights at 9:30, right here on WLAE.
The WLAE family has lost one of our television colleagues, interior designer Chet Posho, the host of the Chet Chat Show. Mark Twain said there are two important days in our lives: the day we're born and the day we find out why we were born, our purpose. Chet found his purpose and gave of his time and design talents untiringly to countless community projects and shared with his viewers on his famous show, Chet Chat.
Design time. It's a new year and new design trends. I have the top 5 design trends for 2014. And we always like to start out with the colors of the year. So Benjamin Moore Helm Paint has come out with their color of the year, which is a breath of fresh air. I love this color. This is a really beautiful staple color that can be used throughout your house all year long. Now Pantone, the leading paint specialist, has also come out with their color of the year, and it's Radiant Orchid. So this beautifully saturated purpley pink color, I would suggest using it as an accent color. As you can see, you can use it with pillows or you can use it with accents. So the next design trend is black and white, which it's been around for a while. This staple color pattern used to be seen in traditional design with the porcelain floors, but now we're doing it with the more geometric print. What I suggest, if you're going to use black and white, be sure that one color dominates the other.
Well, Chet lost his battle with lymphoma cancer, but even in death, he is still giving. The Chet Posho Design Scholarship will be awarded each year to an interior design student at Delgado Community College, where Chet honed his design talents. Chet, who was only 45 years old, will be missed. We will miss his talent, his generosity, his bow ties, and of course that megawatt smile that could light up a room and still leaves a glow long after he's gone.